To call this October 11th, 2022 council meeting to order. If you please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, sorry. Hold on.
Point of order.
Hold on. I apologize. Just stay standing for a second. This will take a second. We're reconvening back into finance from our executive session. Is there a motion to adjourn finance?
We came out of executive session at 6:57 p.m., and I'll make a motion to adjourn finance.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Okay, now I'd like to call this October 11th, 2022 meeting order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which
Which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Coin.
Here.
Hare.
Here.
Hazeltine.
Present.
Lamb.
Here.
Rose.
Here.
Shields.
Here.
Simpson.
Here.
Reading of the minutes.
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields.
I move that the minutes from the regular meeting of September 26, 2022, as prepared and submitted by the clerk, be approved.
Second.
Discussion on the minutes. Will the clerk please call the roll on the approval of the minutes?
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Reports of standing committees. The Finance Committee met prior to this council meeting this evening, has several items that we discussed will be on the next council agenda, and we'll meet in the next 2 weeks. Health, Safety, and Sanitation, Mr. Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. President. No meeting scheduled, nothing to report.
Public Properties, Mr. Shields.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public Properties is scheduled to meet tomorrow. After our budget meeting, tentatively around 5:45 p.m., we have 2 items on the agenda. One is to discuss some options for pickleball courts in the city, and the second is to review some plans for our skate park and some improvements or renovations that need to be done there.
Thank you. Special legislation, Mr. Lamb.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have nothing to report, but I've scheduled a meeting on November 9th, Wednesday, November 9th at 6 o'clock, where we will discuss the proposal to adopt guidelines for displaying flags on government property.
Thank you. Streets and Sidewalks, Ms. Hare.
Thank you, Mr. President. Nothing to report and no meeting schedule.
Thank you. Water and Utilities, Ms. Hazeltine.
Thank you, Mr. President. Nothing new to report and no meeting scheduled at this time.
Emerging Technologies, Mr. Rose.
Thank you, Mr. President. No meeting scheduled and nothing to report.
Thank you. Request for council action. We have several for the Finance Committee. We have 22-224 budget amendments, 22-225 accepting amounts and rates of Budget Commission, 22-226 increase PO 2022-805 Ohio Edison Service, 22-227 increase PO 2022-583 Air Gas MCRC, 22-228 multi-use path plan for ARP fund project, 22-229 expenditure for Lampion Companies LLC for the airport, 22-230 grant application senior service networks grant for the MCRC, and 22-233 General Motors electric vehicle charging stations. We have 2 for public properties, 22-231 pickleball court discussion, and 22-232 skate park survey and design discussion. Reports of municipal officers. Mayor Hanwell.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to thank the staff and Council President John Coyne for covering while I was on vacation the past 2 weeks. Information on the proposed deer hunting ordinance and facts are posted on the city website Parks page, and were also sent out in the October utility bills, respectfully asking the residents and voters to view same to be properly informed. And then this evening, I have the opportunity in front of council to provide 2 mayoral proclamations. First, I would like to invite up Mr. Dale Wygant. Sir. City of Medina proclamation, Dale Wygant. Whereas Dale Wygant has been a dedicated member of the City of Medina Shade Tree Commission for over 25 years. And whereas Dale Wygant has been an active member of the Medina Kiwanis for 27 years, serving on the Kiwanis Agriculture and Conservation Committee. And whereas he has served on the Kiwanis Arbor Day Committee for 27 years, serving as chairman for 25 of those years. And whereas through all of these various endeavors, he has won the highest regard of all of his associates and the admiration of the citizens throughout the community. Now therefore, I, Dennis Hanwell, Mayor of the City of Medina, express sincere appreciation to Dale Wygant for his contributions to the City of Medina and wish him well in his future endeavors. In witness whereof, I have hereby set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Medina to be affixed hereto this 11th day of October, 2022. I present that to you, sir. Thank you. God bless. You want to just maybe turn it around so she can see? And next, I would like to invite up Kevin, the president of the Rotary. And we have quite a lengthy proclamation. Thank you, David. City of Medina proclamation, whereas Rotary is a global network of neighbors, friends, leaders, and problem solvers who unite and take action to create lasting change in communities across the globe. And whereas the Rotary motto, service above self, inspires members to provide humanitarian service, follow high ethical standards, and promote goodwill and peace in the world. And whereas Rotary in 1985 launched Polio Plus and in 1988 helped establish the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, which today includes the World Health Organization, U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, UNICEF, and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and Gavi, the Vaccine Alliance, to immunize children of the world against polio. Whereas polio cases have dropped by 99.9% since 1988, and the world stands on the threshold of eradicating the disease. Whereas to date, Rotary has contributed more than $2.2 billion US and countless volunteer hours to protecting nearly 3 billion children in 122 countries. And whereas Rotary is working to raise an additional $50 million per year, which would be leveraged for maximum impact by an additional $100 million annually from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Whereas these efforts are providing much needed operational support, medical staff, laboratory equipment, and educational materials for health workers and parents. Whereas in addition, Rotary has played a major role in decisions by donor governments to contribute more than $10 billion to the effort. And whereas there are over 1.2 million Rotary members and 36,000 clubs throughout the world that sponsor service projects to address such critical issues as poverty, disease, hunger, illiteracy, and the environment in their local communities and abroad. Therefore, I, Mayor Dennis Hanwell of the City of Medina, do hereby encourage all citizens to join me in supporting and thanking the Medina Sunrise Rotary and Rotary International in the fight for a polio-free world. In witness whereof, I have hereby set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Medina to be affixed hereto this 11th day of October.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for all you do. Thank you all.
Frank Fesky.
Yep. Mr. Frank Festi is going to come to the back microphone here. Thanks, sir.
Good evening, members of Medina City Council, Mayor Hanwell, and thank you for allowing me time to give a brief comment on an issue of worldwide importance. As the mayor said, my name is Frank Festi. I'm a resident in Mr. Simpson's Ward 2, and this evening, I'm here as a spokesman for my fellow members of Medina Sunrise Rotary Club. Medina Sunrise Rotary proudly joins all those who support and endorse World Polio Day, which is on Monday, October 24th. Polio is a dreadful disease that spreads from person to person through a virus that attacks the nervous system. In serious cases, it can cause lifelong paralysis, even death. As Mayor Hanwell said, in 1985, since 1985, 1.2 million Rotarians from 36,000 Rotary clubs around the world have been leaders in a fight to eradicate this disease. If successful, it would be only the second time that a human disease has been eliminated, the other being smallpox. During the 1980s, more than 350,000 children globally were paralyzed by polio every year. As the mayor noted, in 1988, Rotary and the World Health Organization launched the Global Polio Eradication Initiative that has worked to protect 3 billion children in 122 countries. These efforts have saved an estimated $27 billion in healthcare costs since 1988 and is expected to save an additional $14 billion by 2050. Again, thanks to the success of this initiative, the incidence of polio worldwide has been reduced by 99.9%, leaving only Afghanistan and Pakistan as poliovirus endemic. This has enabled an estimated 20 million people who otherwise would have been paralyzed by polio to walk, and has prevented an estimated 1.5 million people from dying from polio. Ongoing activities include immunizing more than 400 million children against polio every year, improving disease surveillance systems to detect polio virus in a person or in the environment, and hiring more than 150,000 health workers to go door to door to administer the vaccinations and to find every unvaccinated child if necessary. While we do stand on the threshold of eradicating this disease, we recently have experienced in places that it has not been seen for years, including the United States. This is cause for grave concern. Efforts need to be intensified to check this quickly. Being satisfied with our accomplishments to date is not an option. It is estimated that by doing so, we would allow 200,000 children annually to become stricken with polio within 10 years. In response, as the mayor pointed out, Rotary has committed raising an additional $50 million for its End Polio Now global initiative, which will generate an additional $100 million in a 2-for-1 match through our strategic alignment with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. To the benefit of everyone, a polio-free world will be a healthier world for children everywhere. We are imploring all community members to be aware of the polio virus and the need for continuing vaccinations. For further information, please go to the website www.endpolio.org. Let me repeat that. The website is www.endpolio.org. A polio-free world is possible, but we can achieve it only by acting together. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Durham, Director of Finance.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Finance Department today received a referendum petition regarding Ordinance 16222. There were 1,742 signatures on 119 part petitions on this referendum petition. It is available in the Finance Department for a 10-day period of public inspection and then it will be transmitted to the Board of Elections so they can confirm the validity of the signatures.
Thank you. Sergeant Zaremba, the IT Department.
Thank you, Mr. President. Nothing to report.
Mr. Huber, City Law Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Mrs. Marshall, Economic Development Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a couple items to note for council and public this evening. This Friday, October 14th, will be our next round of ribbon cuttings, and we have 3 of them scheduled that day, with the first one starting at 10 a.m. for Operation Fandom and Blackbird Records, which is a new business that moved into 10 Public Square, which is the former space where Ormondi's train shop used to be. And then at 11 o'clock, we will go over to Union Mortgage at 225 East Liberty Street, which is also known as the Birch Building. And then at 1 o'clock, we'll head over to Sweets and Geeks at 342 East Smith Road for a business expansion ribbon cutting there. Again, these events are in coordination and collaboration with the Medina Chamber of Commerce as well as Main Street Medina, and we hope that you will be able to attend. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Kinney, Police Department.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Well, the Lieutenant Wagner's sitting there since, welcome. Well, he's sitting at the table, so if he wants to say anything, he could say something, I guess. So welcome. I mean, now you get to be part of the process, I guess. Thank you. Mr. Piccoli, Service Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a quick reminder, the city is holding our annual auction on October 22nd of this year. It'll be on a Saturday, held at the city garage. We have police cruisers, all kinds of unwanted, no longer usable equipment for sale. So it starts at 10 o'clock, and the preview will be at 9 promptly. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Escherly, he's the Chief Probation Officer.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have nothing to report this evening.
Thank you. Mr. Gladys, Building Official.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Mr. Worley, Parks and Recreation Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report, but I do want to commend Dale for his service on the Shade Tree Commission. I've worked with him since I've been employed with the city on a variety of different projects, and I hope that he continues to work with Kiwanis Agricultural Committee on the seedlings for our 3rd graders. That's a very important program at our city. So thank you, Dale.
Mr. Patton, City Engineer.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to let council know that we have received the bids for the West Smith Road reconstruction project. That's the project to reconstruct West Smith from just east of State Road to South Court. The Board of Control did award the project this afternoon. The cost was right around $5.2 million. Now, that award was contingent upon, because that amount is above the amount authorized by council, the award was contingent upon council's approval to increase the amount authorized. So that legislation will be coming to you here at the next meeting.
Thank you. Mr. Dutton, Planning and Community Development Director.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have no report.
Thank you. Notices, communications, and petitions. We have one, a liquor permit not to object to the Trex transfer of a D1, D2, D3, and D6 permit from Sweet Carrot Grandview LLC, doing business as Sweet Carrot and Patio, 1417 West 5th Avenue, Columbus, Ohio, to Pickleback LLC, 220 North State Street, Medina, Ohio.
Move not to object.
Second, not to object.
Any discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb. Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Unfinished business, we have none. Introduction of visitors. Members of the public will be permitted the opportunity to speak on any issue or concern which pertains to the city during the portion of the council agenda devoted to introduction of visitors. All comments should be directed to the chair, and a reasonable time limit of approximately 5 minutes will be imposed. If there's a group, please appoint a spokesperson. Speakers should approach the rear microphone, state their name and address so it can be entered into the minutes. Members of the public will be afforded the opportunity to comment on other portions of the meeting as determined by the chair or by a vote of the majority of council members present. Is there anybody that wishes to address council at this time? Yes, sir.
Thank you, Council. My name is Curtis Ross. I live at 231 Simon Lane, Medina, And I want to talk to you a little bit about our fire services in Medina. I wanted to show a quick map. My house is, let's see, okay, there we go. The star is my house. Within 2-block radius of my house have been 4 major fires over the last 2 years. And I just think it might be time to start looking at the possibility of having a full-time fire department on site at all times in the city of Medina. Just real quick to show you a few of this house was burned down 2 years ago. It's an empty lot. It's been there for 2 years. This one right here is a 1.5 years old, burned down facility. The house next door to it's for sale. I can't imagine the difficulty it's got to be to try to sell a house when you're looking at a burned out facility next door. This one I definitely have to commend. Actually, I do commend all of the emergency services here. But I live on the street, and I heard 5 police cars drive by, and then it was a full 5 minutes later before I started seeing a fire truck going by. So I thank everybody, and again, I have nothing bad to say about any of our emergency services here. I just think it's time to start looking at having a full-time. I looked at their website. It says that we right now cover 47,000 residents in 51 miles. It might be time to look at having somebody around the clock. And then for me personally, there's a fire department right here. They all get dispatched from fire department number 1, which is located conveniently behind the movie theater. So by the time they'd get to us, it's about an 8-minute drive is what it says in Google Maps. Probably a little bit less with lights and sirens. So anyway, that's all I really want to talk about. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that wishes to address council at this time? Nobody? Okay, introduction and consideration of ordinances and resolutions. At this time, I entertain a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings on the following ordinances and resolutions. Resolution 181-22, Ordinance 182-22, Resolution 183-22, Ordinance 184-22, Ordinance 185-22, Resolution 186-22, Ordinance 187-22, Ordinance 188-22, Ordinance 189-22, Ordinance 190-22, Ordinance 191-22, Ordinance 192-22, Ordinance 193-22, Ordinance 194-22, Ordinance 195-22, Ordinance 196-92, and Ordinance 197-22.
Mr. President?
Mr. Shields?
I will make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings of tonight's ordinances and resolutions.
Second.
Any discussion on the motion to suspend the rules on 3 readings? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption?
Lamb.
No.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazelton.
Yes.
Motion passes 6 yeas, 1 nay.
Resolution 181-22, a resolution congratulating Veterans Treatment Court, Valor Court graduates.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Mr. Esserly?
Thank you, Mr. President. The Medina Municipal Valor Court is presided over by Judge Gary Werner and was officially certified by the Supreme Court on December the 16th of 2021. The Valor Court exists in recognition of the fact that many of our veterans return to civilian life burdened by serious trauma, both physical and mental. Such burdens, not infrequently, lead these veterans to involvements with the criminal justice system. The Valor Court combines a wealth of support programs and treatment resources and a cadre of supportive members, themselves also veterans. It offers judicially involved veterans a collaborative initiative designed to enhance their chances of successful reintegration in our communities while reducing their recidivism risks. I'd like to personally thank City Council for this resolution. Tuesday, October the 18th, we will celebrate our first graduate. The first veteran that we accepted into the program has essentially completed his terms of sentencing and supervision. He's done well, that he's earned a successful release, and we're very proud of his achievements. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you for a great program. Is there any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll?
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazelton.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Resolution 181-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 182-22, an ordinance amending section 50507A of the codified ordinances of the city of Medina, Ohio, relative to cruelty to animals generally.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Mr. Worley?
Thank you, Mr. President. This request is to amend 50507 to add the language except as permitted by 50511, which is our hunting by permit.
Yeah, it's just a clarification within the codified ordinances to
Yes.
make them consistent.
Correct.
Any further discussion or comment on the ordinance? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Ordinance 182-22 passes 7-0.
Resolution 18322, a resolution authorizing the filing of a grant application to the Office of the Criminal Justice Services, State of Ohio, for the 2022 Body Worn Camera Grant Program for the Police Department.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
the emergency clause has been requested. I move to add it this time.
My second includes the emergency clause.
Discussion on the emergency clause and the resolution. Chief Kinney.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a grant that will pay for 2 licenses for our redaction software, as well as some personnel costs incurred in the process of redacting body camera video. The emergency clause is requested because the deadline has passed on this grant.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the resolution and/or the emergency clause? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the emergency clause?
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the resolution?
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Resolution 183-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 18422, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a master services agreement with the Medina Post Port Authority for fiber transport services.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
the emergency clause has been requested. I move to add it this time.
My second includes the emergency clause.
Discussion on the ordinance and emergency clause. Sergeant Jaramba.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is to enter an agreement for our fiber connection between the city of Medina and the high school for our disaster area services bunker, where all of our data is backed up to. Emergency clause is requested as it's that MOU that the schools were paying for is dissolving.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the ordinance or the emergency clause? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the emergency clause?
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Ordinance 184-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 18522, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute a revocable use permit with South Court LLC for fencing and stairs in city-owned, I guess it's supposed to be on city-owned parking lot number 4, Feckley Lot.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
the emergency clause has been requested. I move to add it this time.
My second includes the emergency clause.
Discussion on the ordinance and the emergency clause. Mr. Dutton.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a revocable use permit between the city and South Court LLC, which will allow South Court LLC, which owns the property at the south of the parking lot 4 of the Feckley lot. They will be removing a 4-foot chain link fence and replacing it with a 4-foot attractive black metal fence, and also replacing a staircase which is partially on the parking lot property, partially on the South Court LLC property. Emergency clause has been requested in order for the work to begin this fall.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the ordinance or the emergency clause? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the emergency clause?
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Ordinance 185-22 passes 7-0.
Resolution 18622, a resolution supporting Western Creek Conservancy Clean Ohio Green Space Conservation Program application for the Champion Creek Connector Project.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
the emergency clause has been requested. I move to add it this time.
My second includes the emergency clause.
Discussion on the resolution and emergency clause? Mr. Worley?
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to note that it is West Creek Conservancy. They are a nonprofit organization who intends to acquire 10 acres adjacent to Roscoe Ewing Park and Stanberry Maxine Nichols Park for the purposes of conservation and preservation. This resolution will support their application to apply for grant funding in order to secure the property. The emergency clause is requested because the grant application is due by October 28th, 2022. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the resolution or the emergency clause? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the emergency clause?
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the resolution?
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Resolution 186-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 187-22, an ordinance authorizing the increase of expenditures to concoasing materials for service department.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, Mr. Pacoli?
Thank you, Mr. President. Coasing's one of the vendors we purchase asphalt material from. We've seen increases since the beginning of the year. We're asking this increase on the PO to get us through the end of this season. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Ordinance 187-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 188-22, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a stormwater operation and maintenance agreement between the city of Medina, Ohio and Taco Bell of America LLC.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, Mr. Patton.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Ohio EPA requires us to enter into these agreements with any commercial or residential developer when they are doing a new project. This simply commits the property owner, in this case Taco Bell, to maintenance responsibilities for the life of the project.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Ordinance 188-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 189-22, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to advertise for competitive bids and to award the contract to the successful bidder for the Fire Station Number 1 parking lot replacement project.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Mr. Patton?
Thank you, Mr. President. This would be a project that will replace the majority, but not all, of the parking lot at Fire Station Number 1. The entrances off of Huntington by the bay on both sides will not be replaced, but the entire northern side of the parking lot and the main drive will be replaced. And this project we're funding with ARPA funds.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the ordinance? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Ordinance 189-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 190-22, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to advertise for competitive bids and award a contract to the successful bidder for the city railroad drainage and cross improvements project.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Mr. Patton?
Thank you, Mr. President. This project, as stated, will replace the surface crossing on Route 18 near AI Route. In addition, it will also correct a drainage problem that's we've been facing and fighting for many years. This project is being primarily funded through a $249,000 ORDC grant.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the ordinance? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Ordinance 190-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 191-22, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to accept one easement necessary for the Gates Mills Bridge replacement project.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
the emergency clause has been requested. I move to add it this time.
My second includes the emergency clause.
Discussion on the ordinance emergency clause. Mr. Patton?
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a easement that is necessary for us to complete the reconstruction of the Gates Mills Bridge. We needed 3 easements. This is the third and last one we need. We're asking for the emergency clause because the project's been awarded. We're getting ready to start and would like to finalize this and record this before we begin the project.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the ordinance or the emergency clause? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the emergency clause?
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Ordinance 191-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 192-22, an ordinance authorizing the increase of expenditures to Withrow Construction for the emergency repair to the city rail line.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Mr. President,
Mr. Shields?
the emergency clause has been requested. I move to add it this time.
My second includes the emergency clause.
Mr. Patton, again, discussion on the ordinance and emergency clause.
Thank you, Mr. President. We have experienced more than usual railroad repairs this year. These were actually 3 different rail line breaks that were repaired. We're asking for the emergency clause because the work was already been completed.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of emergency clause?
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Motion passes 7-0.
Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Ordinance 192-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 193-22, an ordinance authorizing a donation of $2,000 to Farmers and Hunters Feeding the Hungry for the year 2022.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, Mr. Worley?
Thank you, Mr. President. Farmers and Hunters Feeding the Hungry is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. The Wayne County chapter of Farmers and Hunters Feeding the Hungry currently has a program set up allowing hunters to donate meat from harvested deer to 2 different processors in Wayne County. In the past, Farmers and Hunters Feeding the Hungry has donated meat to Feeding Medina County and wishes to continue to expand their abilities to provide donations to local programs and ministries in both Wayne County and Medina County. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the ordinance? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Ordinance 193-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 194-22, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into grant agreements with local businesses pertaining to Economic Development Department's Small Business Workforce Assistant Grant Program.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, Mrs. Marshall?
Thank you, Mr. President. This request is for council to approve 21 small business grant applications. And if you recall, at the last meeting, we were originally looking at 22. So we will need to make one modification to the number of grants, and the dollar amount will change from $108,000 to $106,000. But we are asking to approve those 21 grant applications and authorize the mayor to enter into a grant agreement with each of the businesses. The grant agreement has been reviewed, modified, and approved by our outside legal counsel, Walter Haverfield. And as you know, the Economic Development Committee has reviewed the grant applications and have recommended them for approval. The dollar amounts for the grants vary, and they were based on eligibility, dollar amounts that they requested, funds needed, and all of the applicants will be using the money for workforce needs that address hiring, rehiring, and retention of employees. The 21 grant applications, those businesses are registered with the Ohio Secretary of State, as well as RETA, and have met all other grant requirements.
Thank you. What applicant needs to be removed? What's the name?
So that would be the MMBKH Partners, and that it was for $2,000.
Okay, at this time, I'm entertaining a motion to amend the ordinance.
I'll make a motion to amend ordinance 194-22 from going from 22 to 21 businesses and a dollar amount from $108,000 to $106,000.
Second.
Any further discussion on the amendment? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the amendment?
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Amendment passes 7.
Is there any further discussion on the ordinance? Will the clerk please call the roll on the ordinance as amended?
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Ordinance 194-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 195-22, an ordinance authorizing the expenditure of $70,000 to Medina Metropolitan Housing Authority, MMHA, to assist with permanent supportive housing being construction in the city of Medina, Ohio.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion? Mayor Hamwell?
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. So this is the 2 lots that were put together, and council's already approved the zoning change to provide 10 units for permanent supportive housing, as well as for a case manager on site. And the $70,000 is coming from the American Rescue Plan Act, and respectfully ask council's approval.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the ordinance? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Ordinance 195-22 passes 7-0.
Ordinance 196-22, an ordinance to amend the codified ordinances of the City of Medina, Ohio by amending sections 113702 and 113704 of Part 11 Planning and Zoning Code.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, Mr. Dutton.
Thank you, Mr. President. This ordinance request removes wholesale establishments from a permitted use in the C3 General Commercial Zoning District and moves it to a conditionally permitted use in the district when smaller than 10,000 square feet. The use will still be allowed in industrial districts as is more intense and more appropriate for that district. It was recommended for approval by the Planning Commission at their previous meeting. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the ordinance? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Rose.
Yes.
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Ordinance 196-22 passes 7-0.
And finally, ordinance 197-22, an ordinance amending ordinance number 201-21 passed December 13, 2021, amendments to the 2022 budget.
Move to approve.
Second.
Discussion, Mr. Durham.
Thank you, Mr. President. There are transfers of appropriation that are just to cover negatives for the end of the year, and then there's a new appropriation that's $300 that's a pass-through. It was a donation.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the ordinance? Will the clerk please call the roll on the adoption of the ordinance?
Shields.
Yes.
Simpson.
Yes.
Coin.
Yes.
Hare.
Yes.
Hazeltine.
Yes.
Lamb.
Yes.
Rose.
Yes.
Ordinance 187-22 passes 7-0.
Council comments. Mr. Simpson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a couple things tonight. First, Mr. Wyant, congratulations on everything that, the proclamation that you got this evening, and thank you for everything that you've done for our community and will continue to do for our community. For the folks here from the Rotary, thank you so much for your efforts worldwide, but also for what you do for our community. It never goes unnoticed by the administration or the body here or most of the citizens in our community that are aware of you, which I think is a pretty large portion of it. The only other thing I'd like to say is please keep your thoughts and your prayers for the people all around the world that are suffering at this time, but especially for the people of Ukraine. Again, keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Other than that, I just recommend, again, try to be kind to one another. It makes such a huge difference. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Ms. Hare.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to applaud the Rotary's efforts to eradicate polio around the world, and thank you for your continued work. It's extremely important. Also, in regards to ordinance 193-22, I'm going to join my fellow councilman, Mr. Rose, and make a personal contribution to this, as I believe this is a great service to Medina and Wayne counties. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hazeltine?
You know it. So I have a couple things on my little notes here. Thank you for your commitment to the Shade Tree Commission. I also serve on the Shade Tree Commission, believe it or not, even though a lot of the meetings I cannot make. And thank you to the Rotary Club, of course. I'm just going to echo what everyone else has already said. But beyond that, I do want to congratulate the residents that got their signatures together. I'm really happy that democracy is playing out the way that it's supposed to regarding the deer ordinance. You know, whether or not I agree or disagree with it, I am always happy to see the due process go through the way that it's supposed to. So I'm glad about that, and we'll see what shakes down in the spring. Most importantly to me, today is National Coming Out Day. I think everyone knows that I am a huge advocate for the LGBTQIA+ community. I would like to reiterate that I operate as a safe space for anyone to come to for any reason, completely confidentially. By Medina's passage of the non-discrimination legislation for the LGBTQIA community, I think that you should know that your city is there for you as well. We believe in you and we see you, and this day is for you, whether you come out to one person or many people. It's an important thing and it's a very big thing, and I'm proud of you if you choose today or any day to do it. And tomorrow is the first day to early vote. So I know everyone's gonna line up at the Board of Elections because it's way easier than going out on voting day. But tomorrow you can start early voting, and when you vote, whether you care what I think or not, I want you to vote for the health levy. I really, really do, because the health department does so much more than what anyone could possibly, they do more than I even know, and I think I've taken advantage of almost every single one of their services at one time or another when I've been when I've been poor and I haven't been able to pay for things. They have been there. They have provided services to myself, to my children when I was unable to do it. And we're very lucky to have them here in Medina County. So not only would I encourage everyone to early vote, I would encourage them to vote for the health levy. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Shields?
I have a few things tonight. One, I wanted to start with congratulating Mr. Wyatt and thanking him. Mr. Wyatt was actually my 10th grade health teacher, also a very good basketball and baseball coach, but just a great guy, does so much for this community, and his family is a great family for this community. Thank you so much. Rotary, thank you. I forgot to mention Mr. Wyatt and myself and Mr. Huber are Kiwanians, so we're outnumbered here tonight, but we do appreciate the Rotary. But there's a good,
healthy... have a throwdown?
Good, healthy competition always between Rotary and Kiwanis. I also wanted, last week, we spent a day, the schools in the city, looking at our athletic facilities in both the city and the school district. Mr. Worley joined us for the day. It's a great partnership where we share a lot of facilities, and I wanted to point out and thank Mr. Worley and his department. The city facilities we were at Reagan Park, they were absolutely perfect and pristine and just looked beautiful that day, and I just appreciate all the work that you and your department does, and Mr. Worley does it while also running the rec center, which he's got a lot of responsibilities here, as well as the cemetery and forestry department, but boy, I was really proud, and everybody from the schools were very, very impressed with the shape of our parks in Reagan Park and the work that you do, Jansen, in your department, so thank you for that, and for spending the time with us that day to educate everybody on both the city and the schools facilities when it comes to sports. And then the final thing, I just want to take a minute tonight and offer my condolences to the family of former Ward 1 Councilman George Rogers. George was a great guy. He was in Kiwanis with me also. He represented Ward 1. If you read his obituary, the two things he was most proud of was establishing or helping to establish Mellard Park and Lake Medina. And those are two great assets for this community. And again, Ruth, his wife, and then his son-in-law, Jim, and his daughter, Tanya, who are here in Medina. I just wanted to offer my condolences and thank George for his service to the community as well as service to Medina City as a council member. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Mr. Rose?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. Wyatt, I have no history with you the first time I met you, but thank you. You're the type of person that makes Medina the great place that it is. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I know you got at least 30, 40 more years, right? Thank you. Thank you very much. And to the Rotary, thank you for all the work you do with polio. I had a relative who suffered with it for over 50 years until she succumbed from it. I saw all the tragedies that go with it and everything that the parents went through to keep her alive and as comfortable as possible. So thank you for eradicating it. And I'm wearing pink this evening because it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I'm wearing it in memory of my grandmothers and in honor of my youngest sister. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lamb?
Dale, thank you for your long personal commitment to the city. We were on the Shade Tree Commission for a while, and there was nothing more. One of the most important things I think the city ever did was make that commitment to, to provide shade trees and become a Tree City USA, and it all really comes down to always the involvement of folks like you, to make these things happen. So enough probably can't be said in an expanded way, I guess, to thank people like you, all the other people like you that have made that kind of commitment to the city. And it too often goes unrecognized. To Rotary, thank you. It was interesting to hear the facts and the statistics on polio. Having grown up like some of us here, I think when polio was prevalent in this country, and being in school when they came up with the vaccine, and everybody lined up to get the vaccine because many of us had a kid in our class who was suffering from it or was wearing those leg braces, and the fact that those things can be eliminated from humankind, and the people that it takes to do that kind of commitment, applauding something like that probably is just not enough. It's so relevant. And David, thank you, as always, for your commitment to veterans. Great to see you again tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, and I guess I'm the last one. I want to thank the Rotary, and I think it's great that we have these service organizations that provide, dedicated time of, away from their families and to make the world a better place to live, and that's a wonderful thing that we all need to continue to do. But I appreciate the efforts of everybody and to make this a better place and make this a better city. That's the most important thing. With that said, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.